Alright, so I know we've been doing a ton of NBA content on this channel, and with the first round of the playoffs really starting to heat up, we will get back to that, but the NCAA just released these full game replays from the first couple rounds of the tournament, so we're going to take a look at Illinois and Iowa State and just talk about a couple of things I see here that is going to help you if you implement them in any level of the game here. So starting on the defensive end, you've heard the term in football, but the low man wins. It applies here as well. This Illinois defender knows that this little hesitation is basically going to set him up for a ball screen. So he has to sink his hips, get low, get ready to make a play, and then he has to beat the ball handler to the spot, to the screen. It's going to sound a little inconspicuous coming out of my mouth right now, but we have this thing, you either beat him to the screen or meet him. You got to beat him or meet him. So you beat him to that spot by sinking your hips, getting low, and then you saw the arrow. The crossover step is very important here. The defensive slide is dead. It's an all-out sprint to beat that man to the screen or, again, meet him there at the very least. So we're going to take a look at the help side defender on the baseline for Illinois on this play. He's reading the up screen action on the opposite wing. And the first thing you'll notice here is that when the ball is delivered, Terrence Shannon is going to be taken out of the play with a good curl screen. If you're a good help side defender, you should be jumping to the ball on this pass. You're moving your feet while the ball is in the air. So since Shannon is taken out of the play, Coleman Hawkins is the next man up. He's got two guys who are both bearing down on him, coming downhill towards the rim, and he's going to have a decision to make. Is he going to step up and stop the ball or hang back with his man and protect the rim? If you're this help side guy, you have to help Coleman Hawkins. You can't leave him on an island. So what you do is you stun out at the ball, and then you recover back to your man in the corner. If you watch the man in the corner, he's going to help you out by even creeping in a little bit more. Makes your job even easier. You have less distance to cover. You stun out at the ball, make him a little uncomfortable, make him maybe make a decision before he wants to, and then recover back to your man. You cannot leave Coleman Hawkins out there on an island by himself. This time we get bailed out with a bad lob and we're going the other way with it. So this is a really easy thing to do, but it's super important to this play. Coleman Hawkins is going to get the ball here on the inbound and then get doubled right away. This flash right here to the middle, though, that's what we're paying attention to. He's not just letting Coleman Hawkins get double teamed and have nowhere to go with the ball. He's actively trying to get to an open spot on the floor, and he's crashing hard to the ball with his hands high. He's telling the ball handler, hey, I'm open, I'm ready to catch the pass, and he's making himself available by crashing to the middle of the floor where there's no one to guard him. On this next clip, we're going to be talking about off-ball movement on a downhill drive. Anytime you get action forward towards the rim, forward offense, then there has to be off-ball movement. So if a drive happens to the left side of the court, most of the time the guys are going to be moving left. We'll watch this guy in the corner. He's going to break up and then move left to the corner. On the opposite side, it's the same thing. You're moving left. You're following the ball, moving left. If he's driving right, you're moving right. So this guy in the corner is basically setting his man up to create separation for when he wants to dive to that corner. He knows that when Terrence Shannon puts his man on his hip, that's when he wants to go to the corner. And all he's doing is putting his defender in a more difficult spot because he has to make a decision now. Terrence Shannon, the ball handler, has beat his man off the dribble, and this defender is either going to have to step in and cut off the ball or stick with him in the corner and give Terrence Shannon a cleared path to the rim. So he creates a separation by lifting up towards the top of the key, and then when Terrence Shannon is ready to turn the corner, that's when you dive to the hoop. It's the same thing on the opposite side of the court here. You're moving left, and while your man has to watch the ball going to his right, you're just creating separation, making it more difficult on the guy who's guarding you so that you have more space when you catch the ball here, and you just can make a play. You can pass, shoot it, or dribble within the time frame that we want, which is right away. You just want to make quick decisions, and having more space allows you to do that. So it's good action from Iowa State out of the timeout here. You see Curtis Jones coming up out of the corner for this up screen. This is our leading scorer. This is the guy who we want to have the ball. And then we get this back cut. So this is good action because we get a back cut that's going to set up another look in the middle of the floor. Now this curl screen to the middle, it's overplayed. You can see Coleman Hawkins is shading the middle of the court. He's outside of where the man is setting the screen. So all Curtis Jones has to do is run his man into the big. He is going to have to fight like hell to get over this screen because there's no one else there. And then all I have to do is do whatever he doesn't do. I make one move based on his defense, and it's one crossover counter, and I got to look at the rim. Just a few more quick things here to end the half. Curtis Jones is basically Iowa State's whole offense in this game. But with that being said, he still has to do a better job on these two plays right here of giving the ball up sooner. When you see the big in this far of a drop, it is imperative that you show a willingness to trust in your offense and to allow the ball to find you again. You're not going to force any defensive rotations or make the other team work hard if you aren't willing to share the basketball. Now, like I said, he had 8 of Iowa State's first 9 points in this game and really was their only source of offense for most of the first half. But he still has to get this ball out earlier. As always, thank you for watching. I hope you learned something. I hope that you feel inclined to share this with someone else who loves basketball as much as yourself. Please subscribe to the YouTube channel if you made it to the end of this video and you aren't subscribed. What are you doing? We also do a podcast twice a week about the NBA. A lot of playoff action going on over there right now, and we will get back to playoff stuff on this channel as well.